We are back again talking about Serenity Festival, and this time I'm joined by Coenie Middel, who is the founder of the Hive-Mind and one of the main partners of the Serenity Festival. So, Coenie, welcome to the show. How are you doing this morning?
Good. Well, thanks a lot for inviting me. Yeah, it's a wonderful morning, and you actually like spend some time outside. It's great to be on the show and a good day. Yeah.
Coenie, it is a wonderful day, but we know in 3 months' time when Serenity Festival happens, it's going to be the best day of the year. But tell us a little bit about your thought behind this festival because it's a little bit of your brainchild. You've come up with the idea, you founded Hive Mind. How did this all come about?
You know, I've all my life for 35 years I've been helping businesses grow and helping develop businesses and obviously mostly for profit. Although I have various clients that are operate as non-profits. But and yeah, I've been always been successful at it, really successful in helping businesses. But the one thing that I realized is that when going into a business and helping them develop new products and new services and things like that, that's been very easy for me. But then I've realized that there's something that is missing, and that's the most important part of a business is the people, the human, right? And as an accountant, in a sense, the sad part of an accountant is that we do not have a subject called the human at university. And therefore, the human side of things I had to learn by myself, right, and from others, from other people that are really much more aligned with how important humans are, right, and the importance of having healthy humans and people that are. So I decided to develop a new business called Hive-Mind, that's focusing on the health and wellness of people, and either in your own capacity or as part of as an employee in a business, etc. So that's why Hive-Mind was created, and then out of Hive-Mind, followed the Serenity Festival, because it's a festival where people can really learn how to live and how to enjoy life, and how to appreciate the beautiful things that we have in life, and I think that as a money person, that where money has always played a massive role in my life and also in my clients' life, in the sense I've realized over so many years, and especially working with a guy, Harry Bushman, that you do not need money to be happy. And many people believe that that is the case, in a sense. So Hive Mind and Serenity are all instruments for people to really realize that the enjoyment of life is not depending on the money that you have, right, or the status that you have. Really, really other things that can really bring a joyful life to you.
And it's very good that you mentioned that you don't need money to make you happy. I guess that does play a role. Let's not completely discard it. But I also chased a career that had a huge paycheck. I went and studied actuarial science, and I did that for years. And I thought the money would make me happy. I did a lot of things and all the fancy restaurants and travel and buy all the toys, etc., and a nice car. But I felt a bit empty and dissatisfied, and like I wasn't making a contribution to the world. So I had to quit that, and anyway, I found my own journey. But today I'm much happier, but with a lot less money. And you're saying this is what you want to teach people to be able to do, that you can find a balance where you're happier, more comfortable, but you might have less money, but that's okay. Am I understanding that correct?
Yeah, I think that as modern humans, we as modern humans think that we're so clever. You see, so we think that with our smart technology, and I mean, I love technology. I'm like a techno nut, in terms of the stuff that I have, right? but and therefore the modern human thinks but thinks that he's knowledgeable and he knows everything, etc. But in actual fact, we know nothing, and we've forgotten, in actual fact, how to be present, to be mindful. We've forgotten that there's beauty around us. We're always chasing after something else, more money, bigger status. And if you look at look at you know how people live, the debt levels of people, that in terms of they want to be in with the Joneses and things like that, etc. So, and those that chasing after that actually brings a lot of unhappiness, because if you don't have a lot of money, well, then maybe you might have a lot of debt, and that debt is going to really cause a lot of harm for you, right? Because you are trying to live a life that's beyond your earnings, right, etc. So I think that yes, money is important because we've got to eat, we've got to live in a sense. But how much money do you really need to be happy, right? Because if you are always chasing after more, you will never be happy. Because it's like, maybe when I have so much money, then I'll be happy, and when I have so much money, then I'll be happy. Or when I have these things, and therefore I think that serenity and hive mind is very much on the basis whereby they're saying, listen, but there are beautiful things that can make you whole, and that can teach you how to live a life where you're really, really happy.
Yeah, and this Serenity Festival, you're actually bringing a lot of activities to teach people that they can actually have fun without spending a lot, right? So there's a lot of creative workshops, there's immersive sound journeys, there's so many natural remedies. But around the fun parts, like you're actually teaching people you can actually have fun by being present, being mindful, and doing creative stuff. Because I think there's real power in that, isn't it?
Absolutely, I think that people have forgotten how to really entertain themselves, or a lot of people like entertain themselves by going to a festival and just start drinking in a sense, and being entertained in a sense, right? If you think about it as a kid, how you were entertaining yourselves with your friends, or even by yourself, right? And adults have forgotten, have lost that. We sit around, watch television, or YouTube, or some sort of media in a sense, and try and get some sort of entertainment from others, and have stopped really participating and being part of the entertainment. So serenity is very much that way. It's really trying to bring you back to to a sense where to be able to appreciate things more, to participate in it as well, and to learn more skills, to unlock the creativity within yourself, right? Anybody can be creative. Many people think that it's you're born creative, or not. But it's very much to do with stepping out of your comfort zone. So listen, I'm going to try this. Nobody's a perfect painter or artist from day one. It takes time, etc., to evolve and to develop. But it's that giving that step, giving that trying new things, exploring, and yeah, it's a wonderful life. That type of journey. You don't have to travel to go on a journey. You could just stay in Pretoria and attend the festival, and there are people that will help you in actual fact get out of your comfort zone, and enjoy with laughter and fun, and that's the key. How do you, as I say, you don't need a lot of things to make you happy. But at that serenity, that's where people can really experience it more so, by listening and to seeing and watching, but definitely participating.
Yeah, and I liked what you said about instead of wanting to be entertained, like expecting someone outside to entertain you. And I think that's why so many people are hooked on watching TV shows because we put that responsibility on the TV program, Netflix, I don't know, Disney Plus, whatever, people just streaming stuff. Oh, I need to be entertained, so let me watch someone else. But you can actually take ownership of your entertainment, right? You can actually learn to entertain yourself by doing something creative. And this is something that happened to me. I mean, I have never been a poet or written any poetry, but last year I started writing poetry. I just started, playing around with it. And I've had so much fun. I've written now 15 poems. I've now started doing poetry, open mic sessions, poetry slams. Some corporations even invited me to do poetry at their, work days or whatever. And it is so vitalizing, when I actually work on a poem and write it and go through that whole process. I feel so energized afterwards, and I'm like so proud of, wow, I actually did something. This thing wasn't there before, and through my actions and my thoughts and my energy and my emotion, I created this thing which I can share with people. It's really something special happens, when you go through that creativity of entertaining yourself. So I don't want to underrate that. Do you want to comment?
Yeah, I think I mean, you've raised a very valid point, So, and I think that all creativity is process. People think that, okay, listen, you get up in the morning, and if you're creative, and suddenly there's an idea that comes to your mind, etc. It's completely false. Creativity means process. Any artist, you talk about a poem, when you're writing a poem, there's a lot of thought that goes into it. There's a lot of process going into it, and most people do not know what the steps are, and therefore they feel that they're not creative, because it's not that they're not creative, it's that they don't have the steps to do it. I mean, if you imagine you've got to start painting, right, and you've never painted before, right, there's a certain process for you to be able to paint. There's a certain process for you to write a poem. There's a certain process for you to write music. It's all process, right? Okay, and that's the key, is that to teach people that, if you've got the right process, you could do so many things, because that's the problem with people, that they do not know where to start and how to do it. And that's the same for anything in life. If you what is cooking? Cooking is process. If you put the ingredients in the wrong order, it's the same ingredients, but the meal is a mess. You've got to put it in the right order. So yeah, I mean, it's showing people step by step. It's showing how. This is the key. I think when we teach people, and that's again coming back to Serenity or Hive-Mind, it's the how. Um, we at the moment in Hive-Mind, we have a project called Innovate Yourself, right? And how do you innovate yourself? You innovate yourself with a process, and there, for instance, we have 5 big processes in it. But it's the how that's important, And I think that if you're going to teach somebody in terms of poems, to write a poem, it's again, you've got to you'll sit them down in terms of say, listen, this is the process, this is how it works. So yeah, I fully agree with you.
Yeah, and that's so true, because I'm terrified of painting. And maybe this is like a phobia that came from when I was a child and my paintings looked horrible compared to my classmates. So I developed this phobia that I'm not good at drawing, I'm not good at painting, so I'm not even going to do that. I went and did maths and science and all of that. But you're right, it's just a process. If I had just learned maybe a process, a simple process, I might have not had this phobia, might have just developed my drawing skills. And this is really what you're doing at Serenity, and that's what I really want people to appreciate. You can come and experience. Don't come and watch, come and be involved. Come and learn how to paint a rock, or paint a canvas, or paint something else, or come and make music with us. Come and express poetry with us. Come and just express, and we will help you with a process to just help you get started, right? Just help you learn, like, oh, this is something I can do if I follow these steps. That's really amazing. And I think people should really take this opportunity to come and learn process of being creative.
Yeah, no, you know, I'm also, a director of Africa Burn, so in where you see 14,000 people being creative. Um, and every person that attends that festival is in the sense of people that are really, expressing themselves in a very unique way, and Serenity is very similar to it, although different. But I can just by working with people to see how creative people can be, and the willingness to explore. It's wonderful to see when people make those first steps at Serenity in terms of being wanting to be, to learn more about process and how to be creative, and how to be, and learning how to live more fully, without being wanting to be entertained all the time. As humans at the moment are, we the things that the shows that we see, etc., etc., and that's why I think that it leads to bad habits when you want somebody else to entertain you. It leads to a lot of um, unhealthy things for you, in terms of drinking or using drugs and things like that. In terms of, but as when you're active and when you are participating and you're enjoying and you're laughing and and you're using your energy in the sense that you're getting a sense of, listen, I'm doing something meaningful. I'm doing something that is nice with others, co-creating with others. That's the key, is that co-creating. We've also become, separated from society. People are in their houses watching, as I say, television, coming back to their little house, but they've lost the ability to co-create and really collaborate with one another, and to co-create with one another.
And some people that you do not have to convince to co create or to be creative are children. And this is a festival for children because there is so much creativity. If you're scared to create, bring the children along. They will have the best day of the year. I guarantee it. With all the activities around, so much painting, they're going to be covered in paint and smiles. I mean, my daughter's already so excited for all the activities at Serenity Festival. She can't wait. She loves painting and drawing and art projects. So bring the children, bring the whole family, and bring your fun. So, Coenie, is there any last words you want to share with us?
While you talk about paint, you see, look at my shirt that I have on, right? So certainly, I will certainly be one of the like a child there as well, And I think that I've got, there's always a child within in yourself, Maybe you've lost it, maybe you should rediscover it again, and and laugh, with others. Yeah, I think it is. It's certainly something that if you want to have um, make a new step in terms of a journey for yourself, and for your family, your kids, your partner. This is the right place to come to get that, a sense of belonging, of community, where where you can co-create with others, and be part of that creative process, and learn how maybe it's the first step for you, in terms of that process, etc. And that's the key for us, is to make meaningful change to people. It's not something that you just come to the festival and it should be you're going to have a wonderful day, but it's also trying to be more meaningful in the future in terms of the impact that it can have on your life, in the future. Yeah, if we could achieve that then we've won. Then we've achieved something. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So this is a wonderful platform, a safe space. Lots of hard work and energy and thought have gone into this. Coenie has decades of experience in helping people, understanding businesses, understanding what makes good businesses work. And we want to make sure that a good business has good people, and the good people stay good by coming to Serenity Festival. So we hope to see you there. Check out the details below the video. And Coenie, thank you so much for your time. And thank you so much for putting this festival together. We really appreciate it. You guys out there, make sure you support and come check it out.